the English Civil War um, was sort of a lot like a round zero for the was sort of a round zero for what would become the French Revolution and all the subsequent conflicts uh, that eventually have gone on to this day, and will hopefully start winning soon. Because
See,
the
like,
only
yeah,
difference,
yeah,
the only
yeah.
the only difference is that on paper, the monarchy won, and Charles II was restored, and he tried to exercise the royal authority, and he converted to Catholicism on his deathbed. So we should pray for the repose of his soul. And then Jamie II, who had converted to Catholicism before he ascended to the throne, everybody was like, "Oh no, oh no, we can't have him," and even tried to get an illegitimate son of Charles II on the throne instead, even though he was an illegitimate, so he wasn't going to be in line anyways. But so he tried to exercise the royal right, but for all practical purposes, Cromwell won. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously he didn't get the Puritan thing, but Cromwell won. It's just that the monarchy after 1689 or 1688, sorry, just remained gradually devolved from William and Mary having some power, but eventually it gets to the point where today any power that Elizabeth II has is purely theoretical. So for all intents and purposes, Cromwell won, or
Yeah.
he's been winning. He may not if he sees this, he may not like the fact that there's still a monarchy and there's still these traditions. But one of those traditions is the Queen has to ask for permission to enter Parliament. Right? She
That
can't just
that's
walk in as if it wasn't her building and her government. It's her
like
government. She should be able to
like
waltz
I'm
in
kind
and say,
of
"Listen, noobs, this is what we're doing today."
at least there's something honest with America in their anti republicanism. But when you have something that's basically America, that when they have a ship, it's like it has Her Majesty or his. It's all like uh, it's all like like the Royal Navy, the Royal Air Force. Her Majesty's this and Her Majesty's that. It's insulting because you don't even let her in Parliament. You don't let her exercise her power. She's basically a prisoner. Like she is a willful prisoner inside of Buckingham Palace. Like that's what she is. Like it. She doesn't have any power, and the power that she does have, she doesn't exercise. And I think that ultimately comes from her ancestors' ruling practices.
Which
And
was to not rule.
yeah,
What?
yeah, and that's kind of the point. Like when you have a monarch that doesn't rule, it becomes more and more of an insult to claim to be a monarch or claim to be a monarchy. It becomes more and more of an insult because when you have a prime minister doing every single thing and a monarch doing very, very, very little, at what point do you need to just give up on the whole charade and just go full into republicanism?